they freed up at least $60 million for free agency. So either they're trying to keep Damian Lillard and sign some big names during free agency, or maybe they are fully clearing house, because there was a whole bunch of trade speculation with Damian Lillard in the offseason, and then at the same time, Damian Lillard said he is hurt right now. He said, why would I come back if the team is tanking or if the team isn't trying to win? And obviously, they traded everybody. The team isn't trying to win. So Dame is like, why would I come back early? Why would I come back this season if the team isn't even trying to win? So maybe Damian Lillard will get traded, y'all. What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bring you guys the daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and you haven't already subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports, a merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the brand new fly or die tee for all of my birds fans. And lastly, y'all, turn your notification bells on, because it's that time of the season for the Sixers when the videos are coming live, boom, 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 and you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. I do think we're going to go live tomorrow after the trade deadline to discuss everything that happened around the league. So make sure you have your notification bells turned on and let me know if that's something that y'all interested in. But guys, we got some topics to get into today. So trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 p.m. We have a lot of topics to get into. First, let's start with what we know are facts. Doc Rivers said after the press conference, this is a cold hard fact, because a lot of stuff I feel like it's gaslighting, but this is a cold hard fact. Doc Rivers said that a goal before the deadline, which is tomorrow, is to get more guards. So I'm just glad we're on the same page there with Doc being explicit and saying that, because watching the Suns game, just having Korkmaz have to be a primary ball handler so much off the bench, it's just not good for the team. Not good ball movement, not good shot selection from players when they're not being put in their spots. So Doc addressed that. So now I know the guards we're looking at, it's like, oh, James Harden, but also at the same time, a guard doesn't necessarily mean it's a big time all-star guard. It could be a lower level role player. So hopefully we come away with a floor general, somebody who's a true point guard, a true number one, who is just a good facilitator, also can play some solid defense on the other end. Now, that's a fact. Now, let's get into another fact. Joel Embiid was asked after at the press conference yesterday, if the Sixers do not trade Ben Simmons tomorrow, will he reach out to Ben Simmons to try to get him to come back and play with the team? Joel Embiid, long story short, said no. He said if Ben is still on the team and wants to play, then he's welcome to play. But will the players be reaching out to him initially? Like, will they reach out to him? They've already did it earlier in the season. So no, they will not reach out to him. But if he wants to come back and play, they're going to be more than welcome to have him back. Now, let's get into some speculation. Now, the Sixers and Nets are supposedly still in, at the time of this recording, which is like 10:30 a.m., the Sixers and the Nets are still very locked in on trade discussion. Now, what the problem is, it seems the Nets don't just want Ben Simmons. They really want Tyrese Maxey. We said Tyrese Maxey is not an option. They want Matisse Thybulle and maybe Seth Curry, one of those players in addition to Ben Simmons. Because the Nets, they gave up a lot to get James Harden. And right now, Kevin Durant is hurt. Kyrie Irving only can play certain games. So the Nets are kind of like, we gave up a lot just last season before the trade deadline for James Harden. And obviously the Nets couldn't get past the Bucks. So, and KD's hurt and Kyrie is wishy-washy and now James wants out. They want to get the loot back for James Harden, basically. They want to get the loot back from James Harden, which I can understand if I'm the Nets. So the Sixers are like, oh, that's not our only option. Trade isn't the only way we can acquire James Harden. We got options because James Harden's going to be a free agent at the end of this season. So the Sixers are thinking maybe we'll wait until the end of the season to acquire somebody like James Harden. Now, James Harden will be a free agent, but how do we know he's going to want to sign with the Sixers? Big question. And then two, the Sixers will have to free up space, cap space, to sign James Harden, because if we don't get him via trade, where are we going to have the money to sign James Harden? And this is just in a James Harden scenario. And that's where a Tobias Harris trade comes in. So I have seen speculation that the Sixers are in talks with two teams to trade Tobias Harris for a salary dump, so that we will have that cap space to sign somebody like a Bradley Beal, who's going to be a free agent, a James Harden, who's going to be a free agent in the offseason. So Tobias Harris has been playing really well lately. We do know that. But at the end of the day, he is not always consistent. He's most of the time consistent, but not always consistent. And what we get from Tobias Harris is great, but it's just not worth $34 million. It's dudes, Harris and Barnes, doing it for a third of the price. It's not necessarily that we don't think Tobias is a good contributor. He's just not worth $30-some million when it's fours out here, stretch fours out here doing it for $9 million. So the Sixers are in, like they said, definitely OKC, because OKC is a team who is in a hunt for draft picks and draft capital. So OKC is definitely one of those two teams that the Sixers are in talks with to try to move Tobias Harris. Now, I don't know who that second team is, but right now they are saying OKC and the Sixers are in talks to trade Tobias Harris to make cap space for free agency. So if we don't make a big trade tomorrow, we will be able to dump a salary for Tobias Harris, and then we'll be able to sign maybe Bradley Beal or James Harden free agency if those guys want to come here. Now, the way that Joel Embiid is balling out of control, I don't know one player who would not want to play with Joel Embiid right now. But y'all, we got to get real about this James Harden shit. James Harden has not been the same since Houston. Is James Harden worth all this? Is James Harden worth, and remember, James Harden is not a long-term option, for one, and two, James Harden, y'all, has not been the same bucket getter he was with the Rockets. James Harden has not been the same with the Nets. If I recall, during that Nets-Bucks series, KD, we all know KD is the driving force of the Nets. We know that. But Kyrie was hurt, and I don't remember if he was hurt all the games with the Bucks, but he was definitely hurt in those last couple of games with the Bucks. And it just seemed like KD wasn't getting enough help from James Harden in that series. I know Joe Harris stunk that series up, definitely, but I don't know. James Harden just hasn't been fine like he was with the Rockets. Now, I don't know if James Harden fell off because he wants out of the Nets, but at the same time, in that series with the Bucks, they had a fighting chance. And I'm not saying James Harden stunk it up with the Bucks, but James Harden, I feel like, could have stepped it up more and gave Kevin Durant some more help, especially when you saw Joe Harris wasn't worth it's supposed to be it's supposed to be 3 stars. And since Kyrie was hurt, it just seemed like KD had to do all the work. And it just doesn't seem like James was just playing up to KD's level. I don't know how to explain it. But I'm just like, James is not the same, y'all. James is not the same James Harden he was with the Rockets. So, and I don't know if he's just playing bad and hamstring issues and came back big and fat because he did not want to play for the Nets. But this pattern is repeating. First he wanted out of Houston. Then he wanted out of, now he want out the Nets. Is he going to bring that same drama to Philly? We already got drama with Ben Simmons. We don't need another drama king, queen, whatever. Now, the last thing I want to discuss is, we know that the Trailblazers traded away C.J. McCollum. They traded away Robert Covington as well, some more players as well. And they freed up $60 million so far in cap space. Now, Damian Lillard has not been playing for the Trailblazers. And I see some people speculating, could Damian Lillard be traded next from the Trailblazers? And obviously, where else would he go besides, I feel like it's only 2 teams that could acquire only 2 teams right now I could see. If there's a scenario where Damian Lillard gets traded, it's only 2 teams I see, Sixers and Lakers. I see it 2 ways, y'all. One, the Trailblazers are dumping all of this all of their salary. So I feel like they're freeing up they're either doing one of two things. They're either freeing up all that cap space, because like I said, they created $60 million cap space by this trade deadline. They might make some more trades outside of Damian Lillard. They freed up at least $60 million for free agency. So either they're trying to keep Damian Lillard and sign some big names during free agency, or maybe they are fully clearing house, because there was a whole bunch of trade speculation with Damian Lillard in the offseason, and then at the same time, Damian Lillard said he is hurt right now. He said, why would I come back if the team is tanking or if the team isn't trying to win? And obviously, they traded everybody. The team isn't trying to win. So Dame is like, why would I come back early? Why would I come back this season if the team isn't even trying to win? So maybe Damian Lillard will get traded, y'all. Or because look at they freed up $60 million in cap space, but who are they going to sign? Like, that's going to move the needle. Let's look at the top free agents next season. Russell Westbrook, no. Bradley Beal and Dame is not enough. Two guys who can drop 40, but neither one of them will be playing defense. Who else? James Harden. James Harden and Dame, no, that doesn't work. So even if they do keep Dame, who do they plan to sign that's going to move them to championship contention? Because the goal is to be a championship contender. And there's no free agent, even though they have hella money, there's no free agent that they can sign that's going to make them a championship contender. Not with the way that the teams are playing right now. No. So I'm like, maybe we're focusing on James Harden, but at the end of the day, maybe a Dame Lillard. Now, if Dame Lillard and Embiid play together, pack it up, boys, other boys, you're finished. Pack up your season, you're done. Dame and Embiid, y'all, Dame and Embiid, pack it up, other boys. Y'all might as well not even play the second half of the season. After All-Star, y'all might as well just stay in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Because if Embiid and Dame playing together, y'all, it's quiet for the streets. But like I said, it's a lot of puzzling stuff going on. Well, not puzzling, it's just a lot of stuff up in the air. I'm just ready for 3 p.m. tomorrow to see what the heck really gonna happen. What the heck is really gonna happen? But y'all, let me know what you think. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Check out my links down below. Buy me the coffee. Shout out the official Simone with the SymoneWithTheSports merch collection. Turn your notification bells on. Make sure you're here for the live tomorrow. And until I talk to you guys next time. Bye!